I need to close the box first. I've already got one. Hi. Hello? Anyone? Did that. Time to replace the capacitors like Ryan's note in the book described. That's done. Can't check that off yet. Did that. Did that. Can't check that off yet. All right! That must be where the switch goes. It looks like something is missing. I need to find a way to get that lightning rod working. Haven't done that. Did that. Still have to do that. I have the clues I need. Time to figure out the correct sequence. Can't check that off yet. Check. Can't check that. That's done. I'd better not do that while the coil is running. Wait. Why isn't it working?
What are you doing? That coil is deadly. Mess with that again, I'll be the least of your worries. Get out!
What were you doing in the lab?
I had a hunch I needed to follow up on.
A hunch. I have a hunch. If you keep screwing around in the lab, you'll either end up fired or dead. Stay out of the lab!
Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Who's there? Hello? Who was that? What's happening? Are you okay?
I'll never be okay again!
What is that thing?
An abomination of technology. It's some creepy robotic cat that someone, I suspect Mason, is tormenting me by leaving all of its awful parts everywhere.
I've seen one of those before. If I find all of the pieces, I bet I could put it together.
As long as you promise to throw it into a fiery volcano once it's completed. That thing is the undisputed mayor of Nightmare Town.
Victor mentioned you were arrested the night Nico died.
Yes, I was.
What happened?
It's not a night I like remembering.
I'm sorry it's unpleasant, but can you tell me what happened?
They dropped me in a room and asked me 100 times if I killed Nico.
That must have been hard.
The questions kept coming faster and faster until I had a hard time remembering what was even true anymore. Then it was over. The older one drove me home, told me they'd be back the second they could prove it was me. Made it hard to sleep at night.
What evidence did they have?
They wouldn't say. It was like they were waiting for me to tell them why they thought I was guilty.
I'm kind of wondering the same thing myself. I don't think you're telling me the full story.
What do you want?
Something. Do you have anything that can prove that you didn't kill him on purpose?
No. Well, that was quick.
What happened on the night of the murder?
Can you not say it like that, please?
I'm sorry, I don't know if there is a better way to ask about something like this, but I do really need to know.
I know, you're right. He talked to me. More than once.
I'm not sure I understand.
He didn't talk to most people. I think he liked me. Or at least trusted me.
You still haven't told me about what happened that night.
We lost one of science's brightest minds for a stupid reason I don't understand. That's all I can say.
You snuck in without logging in the day before the murder. Why?
I lost my key. It happens.
Isn't this place extremely well secured?
The labs are. Building. I have my tricks. And no, I'm not sharing.
Can you tell me about what happened with the equipment you built for Nico?
It worked exactly as it was supposed to.
Tesla coils are not supposed to be wired like the one you built for Nico. It's extremely dangerous.
You don't have to tell me that. I know. I knew. He told me that's what he wanted.
I don't understand why he would want you to build something so deadly.
I didn't either. He said he was going to do it with or without me. I just figured that if I did what he wanted perfectly, it'd be better than if he got help from somebody else.
In the end, your machine is what killed him.
No. Yes, but
But what?
I would never hurt anyone, especially not Nico.
Why? What made him special?
Because he was brilliant. He could look at a blueprint and know the finished product's personality. And he had no one in the world looking after him.
Do you know how I can play a media card?
Yeah, Nico's personal player. I meant to fix it earlier. Get me some Coco Mellows from Nico's office, and I'll have it working for you.
From the candy machine? How exactly does that thing work?
Here, this should do the trick.
Thanks. I need to rebuild the missing part from the large Tesla coil. Can you help me out?
I think I've got the plans here. Yep. Here you go.
Thanks.
Thank you. Working here, I forgot that phrase existed.
Bye.
Later.
What are you doing? Yes?
Have you been tormenting Ryan with a robot cat?
I'd never do something that hilarious and definitely deserved. Never. Not ever.
Don't you think you should maybe stop? She seems to hate it.
No, I will not stop. I asked her nicely to build it for me. I even offered to pay her for her time. She's the one who hid it, so I don't even feel a little bad.
Ryan said that Nico would talk to her. Does that seem true to you?
No. The two of them hanging out? Can't picture it.
Who was here the night of the murder?
Not me. So, no follow-ups.
Where were you?
Out on a date?
Did the police follow up with her?
Yes, proving that she does, in fact, pick up her phone on occasion.
And you don't know anything else about what happened that night?
Nope. The police did all that work, though. Check the nanny cams, too.
Nanny cams?
Security cams. Gray's eye in the sky. But if he saw something, he isn't saying anything. I'm sure he has his reasons.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Haven't done that. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
This looks dangerous. I should make sure I know what I'm doing before I start.
Haven't done that.
Say your piece, then leave me in mine.
Do you blame Ryan for what happened to Nico?
Yes.
Do you think she tampered with the machine on purpose?
Am I supposed to feel better if it's an accident?
Bye.
Yeah.
It looks like a memory lock. Great. Just what Ryan wanted.
Still have to do that.
What's up?
Mason says he was tormenting you with a cat because you hid it. Is that true?
It was self-defense. Fuzzy little freakball had it coming.
Here's the candy bar you wanted.
Great. I'll start fixing it right now.
Check. Haven't done that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
What are you doing? Hey,
I better get going.
goodbye.
Victor here.
I better get going.
Bye. Hey, Nancy.
Deirdre's decided to help me out.
What's in it for her?
A passing grade?
Ah, lucky. I wonder who her teacher is. I foiled 3 art heists, and did that help my art history grade? No. No, it did not. Rescue a stolen Vermeer, yet you still get a C.
Mason and Ellie seem to hate each other.
On a scale of 1 to standoff?
They're on opposite shifts to avoid one another.
Interesting. That might come in handy.
Any word on the background of the crew here?
Funny thing you ask. Yeah, sort of. Nico has a file, but it's classified. Surprisingly, so does Gray. But we don't know what's in there.
Interesting.
But Nancy, you can't tell anyone. I had to sort of bend the rules.
Have you ever used a rapid prototyper?
You mean a 3D printer? That's an awful name. It doesn't even make sense, but yes, they're pretty cool.
Any advice on how to use one?
Sure. It's all about following the steps. You've got to make the design, send it to the machine, find the prototyper, and start the fabrication process. Then you wait. Impatiently? That's just you.
I'll let you go.
See ya!
What's up?
Ryan's been sneaking into the facility. I think she might be trying to avoid ending up in the security logs.
Just spitballing here. But do you think you could take her in a fair fight?
What kind of question is that?
The kind of question you ask someone who is kicking it with killers.
You seem pretty certain she's guilty.
The first thing you learn in criminology is that most cases are easy. The person who looks guilty usually is.
Ryan told me she was interviewed by the police and that she's still considered the prime suspect.
Okay.
Is that common in murder investigations?
It can be. The police have to be fairly certain before they can charge her. But usually it means that they're missing a piece or two of their case, and they're just waiting for the suspect to slip up.
But she just doesn't seem the type.
The truth is, there isn't a type. Most killers aren't like what you see on television. They're not like mustache twirly or anything. They're usually scared. They've convinced themselves there's no other way out of whatever mess they've gotten themselves into. My prof always says there's no place for feelings in a murder investigation. There's only alibi, evidence, and motive. And right now, Ryan's coming in as a heavy favorite.
Goodbye.
Hanging up.